This is a scene that comes out about an hour past in the movie. Wounded Ashitaka wakes up in Moro's roost and goes outside. Then Moro, who was sitting on top of the roost, speaks to him. In this scene, you can see where Moro lives, but it's a bit special for somewhere a mere wolf lives. This is a scene where Ashitaka gets up and stands inside Moro's roost. Moro's roost is all made of rocks. Not just that, the floor, the ceiling, and the walls are made of huge monoliths. Looking at from the outside, you can see how Moro is on top of the ceiling. And you see how the floor and the ceiling are horizontal. Moreover, the side walls lean in the same angle. And they're like from both sides. And they're both shaped in this angle, leaning inwards. And now look here. This is the scene where Ashitaka leaves the next morning. Here, you can see the entire roost made of these mysterious rocks. As you can see, perfect horizontal monolith is on the top. The rocks on the both sides support it, and the floor part sticks out. And if you see the last panel I showed you, this is a view from the side. It's sticking out to form a terrace. I think I saw one with the exact same shape as this somewhere. The answer is in Osaka. It's in Katano City in Osaka, inside a shrine called Iwafune Shrine, and it's called Amano Iwato. And it pretty much has the same structure. I don't mean to say San and others lived in Osaka. What I mean is that this is a ruin of a megalithic civilization. As I mentioned last week, the village Ashitaka lived in originally also had giant rock worship. It's a type of religion which even Aomori has only a few remaining ruins of. That's where Ashitaka departed from. In considering that Jomon people enshrined such a huge rock as a sacred body, there is a connection. In other words, Ashitaka's village is the descendant of such megalithic civilization. In comparison, there's no explanation about Moro's roost in the movie. But you know for sure that it is not created by nature if you look at a cave with such horizontal floor and ceiling, or the rocks of the same exact size supporting both sides of a horizontal roof on the top. If you think normally, this must be a temple of a megalithic civilization or an Iwakura, a seat of God. This is an Amano Iwato in Iwafune Shrine in Katano City, Osaka. The structure of Stonehenge in the UK is pretty much the same as this. The builders tried to create a seat of gods by placing rocks horizontally or other rocks that stood vertically at the same angle. This is a feature of megalithic civilization. In other words, Moro's roost is actually an ancient temple. And, well, what should I say? During the age of ancient megalithic civilization, true gods lived in Japan. A family of Moro and other beings were revered by ancient people because they were huge beasts and were able to speak the human language. Therefore, they were true gods. That's why people made a temple and enshrined them there. However, to Moro's temple, to his temple, now no one visits and worships. This is what the forest is dying truly means. So, nevertheless, Moro still lives here. The reason is because Moro is the god of dogs. Dogs are the oldest and most faithful friends of mankind. And because he's the god of dogs, he stays in a temple where no one ever visits anymore, still waiting for someone to come back. When I found this out, I was like, oh my god! And seriously, I almost bursted in tears while watching the Friday Roadshow. There's no way Moro hates people because he continues to live in a temple that people have forgotten about. That's why she raises baby son. She raises an abandoned human baby as her daughter, so she rather likes humans. She just hates human acts. She just can't forgive Eboshi for abandoning San. So it's not like Moro hates humans. However, ordinary commentary books or even Ghibli's official books say Moro hates humans. So please don't trust the lines in Princess Mononoke. You should just trust the images. It's easier to understand if you trust the images rather than the lines.